Welcome back to the channel for another video. Again, it has been a while, but I can only apologise for that. Today we're back talking about Wrexham Football Club. We've got plenty of videos in the backlog ready to record to come out between now until the end of November, so there's going to be plenty of content coming your way. Today we're going to be starting off with sort of a roundup video. We're going to be talking injury news, we're going to be talking about the Kop, we're going to be talking about Wrexham AFC's recent results, and we're going to be giving a loan watch. So it's a bumper pack video. And before we get going in today's video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to get down there and click the red subscribe button. We're on the road to 26,000 subscribers. And let's see if we can hit 650 likes on today's video. And if you're wondering about the lighting, yes, I've bought a new big softbox lighting kit and it's to my left here blinding me, but I cannot thank you enough to everyone who has supported the channel further. This has been possible by, of course, the further donators to the channel who have clicked the first link in the description down below. So again, I cannot thank you enough for that. I feel like it's going to massively improve the setup and just improve the lighting of the videos on the channel. And yeah, you're probably wondering, why has there not been any videos? Yes, I've just got a new phone and you might be thinking, oh, there should be plenty of videos coming out. It's a bit of an embarrassing story. I was fishing the other day on Sunday morning and I've put my phone on my lap. When you go fishing, if you float fishing, you'll know if you cast out, you'll leave your float for about 5 minutes or so, and if there's no bites or no knocks on the float, you'll wind it back in. But that is what happened. And I didn't realise that my phone was on my lap. I've stood up and the phone has just gone straight into the water, never to be seen again. So it's been a bit of a stressful couple of days trying to get the phone sorted, the SIM card sorted, everything sorted. You know, I've luckily got a new phone now in time to record some videos. But yeah, it's a very embarrassing story and it wasn't insured either. So it's an expensive fishing trip, all for my own fault. So yeah, that's one to forget. And let's get talking about Wrexham Football Club. So we're going to be starting off with injury updates now. We've got some very disappointing news coming out of the club regarding 3 players that have been ruled out for a long period of time due to injury. One of those being our starting goalkeeper and key player Arthur Okonkwo. Now Okonkwo has broken his wrist and will be out for a minimum of 6 weeks. That is not the news we wanted to hear, but we're recording this video after the Stockport County game, which we'll get further onto into the video talking about Callum Burton. But it is a massive, massive blow. Of course, he's had such a good start to the season. He was second, I think, in most statistics for goalkeepers in this league. So he's had a really promising start, and of course, how young he is. And it's a similar period of time to last year when he broke his jaw against Harrogate. And now in the same month of November, he's broken his wrist against Mansfield Town. So he doesn't really have much luck in the month of November. With all things going well for Arthur and his recovery, he should be back hopefully for our final game of the calendar year at home to Wigan Athletic. But like I said, nothing is guaranteed yet. It's a broken wrist. It's going to take time for it to heal, and it is a big blow because, you know, we saw him go down against Mansfield and we thought, oh, this could be something serious. He got back up, finished the game, and he thought, oh, that's all right then. And then the news has come out that he's got a broken wrist. Like I said previously, it means a call-up for summer signing Callum Burton, who is likely going to play 8 league games up until, you know, when Arthur Okonkwo is expected to be back in the starting 11. Now, I think Burton has looked very solid in the EFL Trophy games he's played, and he's played 55 games in the EFL in his whole career. So he's got a promotion to the Championship and a Wembley win under his CV, and he's probably one of the better backup goalkeepers in this division. We've seen him against Stockport County on the weekend. A really good performance from him, and it could have been 3 or 4-0 had it not been for a couple of really good saves from Burton. So I think we've got, you know, our perfect backup in Callum Burton. I think we're in safe hands. And I've got on my notes here, it's disappointing because Arthur's had a really good start to the season, 8 clean sheets and only 10 goals conceded. And there's big boots to fill for Callum Burton, and I think, you know, he's just taken the words out of my mouth. He has filled those boots really well, and I'm not getting too ahead of myself yet, but he looks experienced, he's a good shot stopper, and I think we look really comfortable with him in goal. And like I said, you're not going to find a better backup goalkeeper in this division. Maybe for, you know, Birmingham City who've splashed the cash this season, but Burton, he's experienced, he's a good shot stopper, and I think, you know, we had a really good game on the weekend. And the other 2 players that are injured are Luke Bolton and Will Boyle. It was also confirmed that Bolton and Boyle will be out for 4 to 5 weeks. It isn't ideal at all, but I think it just highlights the depth and the quality we've got in every department of the pitch. And, you know, I don't want this to come across the wrong way. Yes, these 2 are injured, but it's not like they're going to be massively missed because we've got so much quality now in every position, and we've worked so hard in the transfer window to boost that depth in every position where, yes, these 2 are out for 4 to 5 weeks. Is it a massive miss? I don't know how to word this right, but is it a massive miss? Not really, because, you know, we've got the players there who are equally as good and can do as good of a job as these 2. But yeah, nonetheless, we wish a speedy recovery to Bolton and Boyle, and of course our shot stopper Arthur Okonkwo. And moving on now to some exciting stadium news regarding the Racecourse Ground. Council leader Mark Pritchard has spoken on the future development of the Racecourse Ground, which is believed to be around 30,000 in capacity, should the club continue to follow the trajectory that we are on at the minute. Mark Pritchard spoke, I think when the planning application comes in and everybody sees it, everybody will be really pleased. He also stated that the pause of any construction has been down to them making the right decision that fits with the long-term plan of the Racecourse Ground. So some good words to hear from the council leader Mark Pritchard. Of course, it's been a long journey, it's been a long waiting game when it comes to developing the Kop. And, finally now we've got the news of what they're planning to do with the Racecourse Ground in the future. So now that they're all set and ready to go ahead with these plans, it should give everybody a greater feeling of security and making that commitment long term to the Racecourse Ground. Obviously, it will start with the main priority, which will be the Kop stand. And like I said in a previous video, the redevelopment will happen in stages, stand by stand. It's most likely going to start with the Mould Road, and then it's a question whether it'll be the Wrexham Lager or the Tech End next. Yeah, I'm itching to see what these plans are like. I think this news was released about 2-3 weeks ago now, so nothing's still been released by Wrexham Football Club regarding the plans and the the development and what the Kop stand is going to look like, of course, because AFL Architects were in charge previously, and now we're going to have a complete new look to the Kop stand. So whether they'll be up by the time the year ends, I really don't know. I really hope they do, because like I said, I'm itching to see these, and it's just surreal that we're talking and I'm in a position to talk about Wrexham Football Club possibly building a 30,000 seater stadium. But these are the times that we live in now as a Wrexham fan, and we're in good hands, and I'm sure everyone involved in the club has helped draw up a massive masterpiece, and one that will be sustainable in the years to come. So moving on to a review of our defeat to Stockport County. We were back to Edgeley Park, and no surprise, we've come away with 0 points. It ended in defeat, meaning our last 4 league visits to Edgeley Park have ended in 4 defeats. And every time it just gets that one more bit painful. I think in the opening 10 minutes I thought we looked promising. Of course, I think it was in like the opening minute we had a couple of good chances. We were going forward with the ball, looked positive, using the wing play really well, and we were on the front foot, and we looked like we could have a decent day out at Edgeley Park finally. But just nothing to show for it. Nothing showed for the rest of the game for that sort of dominating 5 minutes that we had at the start of the game. But, there was, like I said, nothing to show for it at the final whistle. 1 shot on target in comparison to Stockport County's 11. I think that is a bit of an issue at the minute with Wrexham Football Club. We're struggling, for goals from our strikers. They're coming from every different area of the pitch except strikers at the minute, it feels like. Of course, Jack Marriott out injured. I think he had 5 league goals to his name. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting situation come January. Of course, we've brought in John Daddy Bovarson. Yes, can he score goals? Yes, he's got a good history of scoring goals. It's a question, can he adapt that quickly into this Wrexham setup and get back scoring goals? I don't think we're going to get a massive goal scoring record from Bovarson, but if he can chip in with 4 or 5 like Jack Marriott did, then the more goals the better. It sounds cliche, but we would like to see more goals from our striker. I think Palmer's now gone something like 10 games without a goal. Mullins struggling to find the back of the net. We've got Fletcher out injured. Bovarson, who has just joined. Mo Fowl, who again is still just getting used to this Wrexham starting 11. And of course Jack Marriott out injured. So you could call it a mini crisis up front for Wrexham, but as long as we're scoring goals from other areas of the pitch up until January, and then we can reinvest in hopefully a new striker in January, then all is good. But at the time being, it is quite frustrating not seeing our strikers get on the score sheet. Talking of strikers, I think it was a very bold move from Parky to start Bovarson and Palmer up front, but we've learned over the years to never doubt Phil Parkinson, and he obviously saw their defence as a weak link, especially in the air. So, getting Barnett and McLean, who were 2 great crossers of the ball, putting those crosses into the box for Palmer and Bovarson to head into the back of the net. That was the plan. Did it happen? No. I thought Horsfall at the back for Stockport County was very dominating, and we just did not use that to our advantage. Bovarson is good in the air and with his feet. Palmer, again, is good in the air with his feet. He's got a good touch, but we just didn't really see anything in front of goal on that day, and it was a very disappointing defeat. And like I said, it could have been a lot worse had it not been for Callum Burton in goal. So a huge well done to him, because coming into that starting 11 in such a big game, not being a regular in the starting 11 now for a fair few months, obviously going back to his Plymouth days, so to come in and to make some of the saves he did and to have the performance he had, it's just a big credit to him. Let's just hope that was a one-off on Saturday, because the goals are there. We've shown it earlier on in the season. Reading, Wickham, you name it, we've scored goals wherever we've gone this season. So yeah, like I said, let's hope that's just a blip. And we've got Exeter on Saturday, which is going to be a tough test, because they have got an incredible goalkeeper in goal who started the season off so well. So we're going to have our shooting boots on because, like I said, do your homework on the goalkeeper Whitworth. He has had such a good start to the season. And we're going to be giving a loan watch now, starting off with Super Sam Dolby up in Scotland. It just gets better for Dolby. He scored his 4th league goal for the Tangerines in their 3-0 win over Ross County. Dundee United sit 4th in the league table, and Dolby is the 2nd joint top scorer. So it's just typical, isn't it? When Wrexham are struggling in front of goal, we've loaned out Dolby. Dolby scoring goals. Of course, he's there until the end of the season, and at the end of the season, he is out of contract at Wrexham. So that's definitely an interesting situation and one to keep your eye on. If Dolby does continue to score goals, could there be a new contract for Dolby? It's definitely a question to be had. And if we're moving on to our other loanee striker, Billy Waters, Waters played 180 minutes in Halifax's 2 wins over Woking and Yeovil. He played a further 34 minutes against Middlesbrough Academy in the National League Cup. Halifax sits 7th in the National League as things stand, and of course Billy Waters has got a couple of goals to his name. Let's hope he can add to that in the next coming weeks. Jake Bickerstaff. Now Bickerstaff has come off the bench twice in their previous 2 games, only for a combined 16 minutes, which isn't great, and there's nothing really to report on Jake Bickerstaff. Davis has come back. He's back from injury, came on for Grimsby in their last league game for about 15 minutes, and of course he has actually scored in a behind closed doors game against Scunthorpe United today. So yeah, it's a big boost for Jordan Davis to be back for Grimsby Town because he had such a promising start, and let's hope that form can be reignited after his long-term injury. And finally, Luke McNicholas. I thought it'd be good to give an update on McNicholas. He's still recovering from his injury, but there is a good chance that he will be back before the end of November, so hopefully all these loanees will finally all be back playing consistently for their clubs. So yes, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to drop a like, and of course if you're new, make sure to get down there and click the red subscribe button, and let me know what videos you would like to see between now until the end of the year in the comment section, and I'll see you in another video. Take care guys, up the town.